I just caught this swarm yesterday. Okay, somewhere in here, there's a queen. I'm gonna go ahead and catch her, and another hive. I'd rather catch the hive and have another hive than let them fly away. So catching swarms is a great way to increase your bee yard. And most hives, if they are able to overwinter successfully, probably about half of those hives are going to be strong enough that you can split. Sometimes several times. I've split a hive actually as many as seven times in a season, and I still got honey from one of those hives. It was a crazy year. But in general, if you don't split those big hives, they're going to swarm. And you do get a chance to maybe catch them, because a lot of times when hives swarm, they don't fly straight to their new home. They leave their current hive in your bee yard, and they find a nearby tree usually, and that's their congregation spot, and then they go to their new home. So if you catch one of your own swarms and you bring it back to the bee yard that they swarmed from, your bees that just swarmed are very likely to still leave your bee yard, because the queen wants to go to a new home. She wants to find a new place to live. And what happens is that you do all this work to catch your swarm, and they leave anyways the next day. So I found a couple tips that have helped me keep my own swarms from not leaving my bee yard once I catch them. And I'm going to share those with you. So what I've learned, a couple things. The first thing is, when you catch a swarm from your own bee yard and you're bringing it back to your own bee yard, you need to lock them in for several days. I lock them up with robber screens. This Pro Nuke here locks down. So I keep them for 2 or 3 days, and that has drastically lowered the occurrences of the hive leaving again. So that's step one, is lock them up with some food. Hopefully you have some honey frames you can take from another hive. If not, you could do sugar water. But this next tip is the number one way I have found to keep hives from leaving. Okay, everybody, here's the number one tip if you want to keep your hive that just swarmed from your bee yard from not leaving once you capture it, is to put a frame of brood from another hive into that swarm. If you can do that, that's going to really lower the chance of your queen wanting to leave again. The worker bees are going to start taking care of the open brood, the eggs. So if you do this, I've never had a hive leave that I locked up for a couple days and I've given them brood. So again, you can only do this if you have another healthy hive, but it's a great little tip, and I've always had success with it. And there's open brood, there's cap brood, there's eggs in here. So this is a great tip. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna put this in the swarm, and hopefully she'll stick around. Na-na-na-na. So we got some cap brood, open brood, like I said. We got some eggs. Always make sure that the queen's not on the frame, because that's not going to be good. And this swarm is pretty decent, and they're sticking around. But again, they're much more likely to stay if you give them a frame of brood. Now that's a happy little swarm, people. They're gonna stick around, and hopefully the queen has been captured, and got myself a new hive from my own bee yard.